Back to sunny side, still be going hard. Got that Houston, Texas pride. Back to Louisiana. What about Oklahoma? I would.
Yo, oh,
We just freestyling this way.
yo.
Man, listen.
Come on, talk to him, Bizzle.
Listen, you know how much love, like I already had love for Houston, but then you know how much love Houston started giving me back when they heard Key do that. Listen, man, I got people walking up to me going, Ms. Heather, what it do? We saw Steven Jackson at the Super Bowl. He was like, yo, I heard Key freestyle. This shit was crazy. Like, it's just love. I'm so happy right now we got them on the phone. Sway the legends. Houston, stand up. Come on.
Man, we got the chick magnet himself is with us, the one and only Paul Wall. And the man that said don't mess with Texas years ago and ain't messed with him since, Don Keke himself. Lil Keke, give him a round of applause, yo. Once again.
Let's get it.
Come on, man. What's up, man? How y'all feeling? What it do? Hey, Keke, when you hear that, but you know what I mean? Man, that shit is a hit record. We should put it out. That thing would have hit the Billboard charts.
Hey, listen. I hear that thing now once or twice a week. Somebody called me playing that on Shade 45 once or twice a week. They gonna call me with that, man.
Yo, man.
I be like, man, listen, that was beautiful. I gotta come back. We're gonna do it. We doing Texas freestyles when we go to Sway. Not this rope dying out on the paper. We doing it off the top of the head. Texas freestyle, man.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's the culture, bro. Every time I hear that, like I got chills right now because it was so. Paul, you had to see it. It was so organic. It was nothing. It was nothing to a Don. He was like, yeah, Sway, whatever, man. Bong. And it just came with it. And I was like, you can hear me going, whoa, whoa.
This is what I've been witnessing, man, for the last, I don't know, since my introduction to hip-hop was through DJ Screw and Lil Keke. So what he did on your show, and even right now, me listening to it, it bring me chills, too, because it just got me so hyped right now, because that, just Lil Keke just from day one inspired me and the whole entire culture down here. Man, so big shouts out, big props to my boy Lil Keke, man. What it do? He hate when I ride his nuts like this, because I be going. You know, I'm the president of the Lil Keke fan club, man. But you know, I gotta give my boys props, man.
That's my man.
That's love.
That's my brother. We good. We good. Sway, we appreciate you having us, man. How y'all hanging? You and Miss Heather, how y'all doing? In this pandemic, man, y'all surviving. I've been catching some of the shows and still going hard, putting that work in, man.
You see what we do, man. You swear I was from Houston the way we work. But nah, we survive. And Tracy G on the line with us too, by the way, fellas.
What up?
What up?
You know,
Good morning.
Yo, Keke, it's man, I feel like I could speak for the team on this, but we just feel a certain obligation to be connected with the audience during this time, because when the thing first start really spreading and people start hearing about this COVID and this corona thing, it was like nobody knew what, and there was a lot of panic. Remember the whole toilet tissue, pandemic, the whole everybody toilet, people was fighting over toilet tissue and all of this different thing. And so we wanted to come on the air to give folks something that's solid, some normalcy, give you the proper information, keep you entertained, take your mind off of it sometimes. You could chill out, listen to somebody in the mix. We having fun conversation. Yeah. We having real conversation, and then we still talking that culture. So this, honestly, Keke, to answer your question, this during the show has kind of kept my sanity, because I'm quarantining. Wow. Yeah, man, I'm quarantining with my daughter. So I get up, I keep my routine. I get up every day to do the show, and then there's other business we handle during the day. And by nighttime, you feel like you worked outside all day, How about you? How about you?
Well, man, Sway, I've been doing this a long time, this music, man, most of my life. So I've always been adjusted. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from vinyl to cassettes to CDs to streaming. So I've just been taking this time to figure out how to adjust, man. I've really been living on the edge of what if it don't turn all the way back regular. So I've just been sitting back, man. Me and Paul, like what we doing now, we got our album coming out June the 6th. We was already on schedule. We was coming to see you. We was trying to set it up to come see you. You know what I'm saying? So with us not being able to move, we just adjusted to what's going on. We've been doing the interviews, been doing the Zooms, We're doing whatever. We got some stuff we're trying to work out to get back to doing the videos, to do, just trying to, man, I've been going live. Live ain't my thing, man. I probably done went live 2 or 3 times. That's not even, man, I probably went live 1 or 2 times the whole entire time I had Instagram before right now. So now I done went live a couple of times. My kids laughing. I can't add people on the live. I'm getting laughed at. All kind of shit. So it's just been adjusting, man. So that's how me and Paul been doing. Every week we've been getting on the phone. Let's see what we can do. Collaborate together to try to make the best out of what's happening. That's been my only thing about the pandemic. Just adjusting to what we got to do.
I ain't mad at that, man. Paul Wall is on the line. Lil Keke is on the line. We're going to also open up these phone lines, 888-742-3345. Hey, Paul, how has, like, this pandemic affected, like, people getting grills?
Man, it's actually kind of crazy because we still been selling grills. We have a huge online business. So we sell a lot of grills online, but how it's affected it is how we market and promo, because we got to be sensitive as a company as well. One, we got employees, some of whom we had to let go, some of whom we were blessed to bring back after we let them go. But not only do we got to be sensitive to our employees, but also to our customers and to the world. We don't want to be out there like you money grubbing, during this time. So a lot of our focus, me and Johnny, dang, shout out to my boy TV Johnny, a lot of our focus has been more on helping people. We've been doing a lot of giveaways where we've been giving grills away. We got something coming up where we're going to give away grills to frontline workers and first responders, the doctors, the nurses, all the essential workers on the front line. We got some, a couple of the promotions like that to give kind of more than just to get sales going. So, I think mostly, we have been, selling grills, but at the same time, we're more focused on, our customers' well-being right now, not necessarily like the bottom line, how much money we're making. So we kind of be sensitive with it.
That's interesting, right, Bizzle? Everybody got to make an adjustment.
No, everybody does. And, we all learning how to do that. Shout out to both of y'all again and good morning. Shout out to DJ Premier, who's listening right now, always repping Texas as well. Shout out to him. And Paul, you said earlier about, like Jock, Keith feels some kind of way, but can you talk about like the love and the appreciation and the support? Keith mentioned y'all just, trying to figure out ways to keep doing this, jumping on the phone, kids laughing at you being on IG Live. Same here with me, my nieces and nephews. But can y'all talk about just that constant support for each other and love for each other and lifting each other up, especially during a time like this?
We got to support each other. Go ahead, Bob. We got to support each other, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think with us, a lot of it comes with us truly being fans of each other, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know, I can easily say that. Because all my favorite rappers, I ride or die for them. But we come from a different era, too, where, it seems like, in America, we had a sense of where we're ashamed to let somebody know we have admiration for them, or we don't want to be perceived as a dick rider or something like that. So therefore, at least in Houston, that's how it always has been. I have to warn people about this when they come to town. Like when I have rapper homeboys that come to town, I got to warn them before they go on stage. Hey, look, I know it's sold out. Everybody out there is going to be mean mugging you, looking like they want to fight you. But don't take it the wrong way. That's just how we act down here, And then when you come off stage, they're going to be running up to you, taking pictures. I love you, I love you, I love you. But, it's just, I don't know, it's just a weird dynamic of, not wanting to get clowned. So let me show my bravado to the maximum so that I look hard and, I'm not looking like I'm riding your nuts. But I really love you, But I don't know, I'm not ashamed to let people know who inspired me or who still inspired me or who is the greatest to me. These are things that I don't, for sure. Keke's still my favorite rapper. So to do this album with him that we dropping on June 6th, it's something I've been wanting to do since I heard hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't like a life goal, like, like I'm trying to pay homage to one of the originators, the founders. That's some of it, but he's still my favorite. The things he's doing, his current raps are hard. He's still dropping bars. He's still a leader in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I got the utmost love for him and, for others as well. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. I'm a firm believer in you got to show people love. You give them their roses. And it's not just about giving them roses while they're here. It's about, giving, it ain't all about yourself. Give other people love. I've always been a love shower.
Well, for me, before you go, this how we started, Sway. You know what I'm saying? Like, we started with the city, like when I named my album Don't Mess with Texas, my reason for that 20-some years ago was because California had the runs, New York had the runs. They was already hip-hop. I just loved our city. I started off with not having no fans but my city and my state. So us being able to do an album, when I went and done my deal with Swish House, I respect Paul so much. I learned so much. I'm a gangster. I was from the streets, so to get over there with Paul, man, and learn how to kiss babies, shake hands, be on time, man, really love the fans. So we always had admiration for each other, man. I tell him I respect him so much. I'm his favorite rapper, but I respect him so much. He showed I love his kids. He loved mine. We family. So putting the album together, it didn't take that long, or it wasn't that bad. We just wanted to figure out what we wanted to talk about doing this particular album. And it wasn't that easy, man. It wasn't that hard because we started out in the backyard, man, with just the people that are around us. So getting everybody to love us outside the city and outside the state, that's the easy part now because we always had the love for each other right here.
Man, Keke and Paul Wall, Slab Talk. We having this Slab Talk.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
that could be the name of y'all podcast. Slab Talk.
Listen, we rocking, man. I've been doing podcasts all my life. We've been doing everything. Slab Talk, let me give you a little something on that. Slab Talk, man, is about our complete culture. It's just not about a car. It's not about a car with wheels on it. The slab, man, what people don't know, man, the slab is the concrete. It's where we hook up. The slab is Rucker Park, man. The slab is, whatever the Hamptons. It's basically it's a way of life. It's just not about a car. It's how we hang out. The bullies, the bikes, the dogs, the women, the shorts, the summertime, the slab. So this particular album was put together for the summertime, for the culture, for the cause, for the women. And here it comes, June 6th, Slab Talk, Power Wild Don Key. We the best two at the Slab. So I think it's going to be a beautiful album.
Ooh, man, I love this. Tracy G, you feeling that Slab Talk?
You already know, man. I love when wise men that come through with bars always take a time out to speak to us. Fellas, I'm wondering your thoughts on this. Pre-COVID, especially when we see artists, it's very easy to become a workaholic and to only identify yourself with your work, right? And to forget about all these other layers of who you are, a husband, maybe a father, maybe a brother, maybe, or just other talents that you have. And I think now that we are all on pause, people are able to see themselves wholly and not for that just one slice of who they are. Can you give some advice, since you guys are both grown, on how pouring into the other aspects of your lives outside of your careers have actually benefited your career?
Champ, you want to go? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the structure I learned, in music, a lot of times it's really a scam, because when you come in the game, you're usually young and you don't know the game, you don't know how it goes. Even if you read books about it, you get the word, but you don't get the full understanding and comprehension of the game and how things work. It's really a misunderstanding of how you're supposed to make it as a career, as an artist, because the people that sign you and put money into you and pay you, like the label heads, they're telling you one thing, but that's not necessarily the truth. But a lot of times they have the power to help you, skip a few steps to take you to where, to the next level. So a lot of times people do it, but there's a huge misunderstanding of the game. So it's a hustle. The music industry is a complete hustle. You got to go out there and work. You got to convince somebody it is. You got people hyping this up, that up. It's not necessarily, real business. So when I did these other businesses or other family type of things, like anything, being a parent, being a husband, and, I'm now being a husband is where you're a complete partner. That to me, husband and wife, like when I married my wife, I'm not like a part-time husband or we just married, for taxes or something. No. She's a complete partner of mine. So it's not like she's my partner, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to, get my own. No. We're complete partners where, the honesty is there. It takes a lot of trust, a lot of faith, and it's going to be mistakes on each other's part. But to me, that's why I learned a lot about partnership. Now, doing business with grills and doing stuff with Johnny, that's why I learned customer service, about how, a customer being satisfied will help spread your business. They're going to shout you out. They're going to give you love. They're going to bring people to you. And then they're going to return to you. They're going to bring their kids to you later on. They're eventually going to bring their grandkids to you. So I think that transcends in every business. If you do good business with a customer and they return customer, they go, so it crosses over to music as well. Now, so every business kind of is a little bit different. I got a cannabis business as well. Keke got a cannabis business also, CBD. So we got a few different things and a lot of different lines of work. Each one has kind of taught me something different. Sometimes because of the industry or the genre of business that it is, but sometimes because of the partner that I'm with. Like Johnny, for instance, TV Johnny, he taught me, his hustle taught me a lot. Where, there might be a rapper here or there that might talk down on him or say something, diss him in a song. That might offend me more than offend him. And he'll be like, he'll let it go. And that didn't happen before where I didn't hear somebody, talk bad about him in a song. Somebody didn't even know him. They just, it's just a hype. Or another jeweler giving you something. Hey, say something bad about him. All right, fuck it, and then you do it. And he'll, next thing you know, he with him. And next thing you know, that artist is buying jewelry from me. And I'm like, damn, Johnny, I sure would have closed that door. But you open the door. So I learned a lot from him on letting grudges go, forgiving people, just worrying about the bigger picture, not taking things too personal or getting too upset. So each partner, each business, each one, it taught me something. And the music industry taught me a lot as well for these other businesses. You know what I'm saying? The longevity of it, or, where it's an art, but the intersection of art and commerce, or where you make money off the art. So how do you manipulate the art so you can make more money off of it? That's where we're really at now, where we're focusing more on when it comes to music, we focus on the art. When it comes on to these other businesses, we focus on maybe finances or other things. So yeah, we might be making money off the music. The money is not the main goal when we're creating music at this point right now. The main goal when we're creating music is to add to the culture, the relevance of the art, the quality of the art. Those are the most important factors, when we're creating this music, not necessarily how much money we're going to make off of it.
Shit, Paul Wall. Keke, you want to jump on that?
Well, for me, since I've been home, man, I've just tried to tap into every single thing, man, that I'm already kind of tapped into and try to better myself. Like a little bit, let me do a little bit more reading. Let me tap into, I got a new business, CBD. Before I step out and start promoting it, let me kind of do some more research on it. So this is giving me a lot of time to, like you say, be a better father. Like I do a lot. I got a merchandise business. It's rolling. I try to get my kids to come in and help with the packages and the printing. So most of the time when it's not the pandemic, I'm real self-independent and moving on my own. This has kind of forced me to kind of do everything family. We eating more together, talking more, and we played a little bit more Uno, and then it reflects back to that maybe you need to put a little bit more time into this a little bit more, because we live so on the go. It's not like a Monday to Friday 9 to 5. My job is at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, 10, 11, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday night. It don't matter. It can be any kind of time. So living like that, you start to see that you don't have nothing in consistency and normalcy. So this is giving me a good time to, man, I done bought new patio furniture, all types of things, man.
Keke, what's your Uno game like, though? What that Uno game like?
Mean. One thing about me, I'm a heavy competitor. I'm a real big competitor, and I only like to play Uno one-on-one. See, I don't like team Uno, because I got a strategy that I like to do. So I like to whoop head one by one. See, when you playing 3-4 Uno at a time, Sway in my way, Miss Heather, they in my way. When I'm ready to take care of you, I just want to go and knock you down. I don't need Sway all in the way, playing the cards and pulling another draw 4 when I was getting ready to Uno. See, I don't need all that there.
See, Keke be setting up combinations, Heather. I already see what he do. He got set up. He got 7-card combos. I know what he doing.
Yes, I do. So just learning how to get better. Just learning how to get better, man. That's all it's been. And looking at this here and becoming more, as much as we've had to be internet savvy, you had to even be more. You know what I'm saying? You had to be really digging. And I tell my other artist friends who OGs like me, you better get with them youngsters and tap in. They'll take over on you in the next 5 minutes. It'll be over. I'll tell you better tap in. So this is giving me a good chance to kind of just tap into everything that I need to tap into from an artist standpoint.
Man, Slab Talk is coming out June 6th, is it, Paul?
Yes, sir.
What is it? Yep. Okay, June 6th. I want to play. I want to play some music and open up these phone lines. Keke, you still got the Legends Bar and Grill?
Oh yes, I do.
Okay,
yes, I do. Can't wait to get you here.
Oh, come on. See, I was gonna say. Because they, it's the Legends Bar and Grill here that they mixing drinks and they cooking signature, cuisines. And, we got to come out there and do, we got to have you got to have us as a guest. We'll bring the team out there and do something.
It's Legend Talk Bar and Grill is the biggest thing in the city right now. You know what I'm saying? I just had Big Poke over for steaks this Saturday. We got all type of mixes of drinks. We got out. Man, come on, man. I'm going to have y'all in here, man. You going to have a good time. I'll get you a hotel that's right around the corner, because when you leave here, man, you barely can, ain't no staying up, ain't no more going out. It's straight to bed after Legend Talk Bar and Grill, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to sleep with a full stomach. Now, one of the things about Houston I love, I'm going to play this song, So Trill, but before I do, man, when I'm listening to all that you guys are doing, Paul Wall, I know you raised over $1 million for the Houston Food Bank, correct?
Yes, shout out to my boy Alex Draymond. What it do?
Okay. Keke, I know you've been helping people relieve stress with the self-relief CBD oils. Bun B's been helping people after Hurricane Harvey. Trey the Truth has always been 10 toes down in the streets. Trey, that's family. Scarface running for city council. Face. Slim Thug giving out hand sanitizer to bus drivers and nursing homes. And then we found out about Thug and Face, dealing with this COVID-19. Have you guys talked to them at all? I was keeping in touch with Thug for a second.
Yeah, I talk to Slim everywhere. I talk to Slim probably once or twice a week. FaceTime me about about a week ago. He was getting better. And me and Slim, I talk, we talk all the time, text message or on the telephone. So, man, we just praying for him. Hopefully everything good, man. And it's life. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with it. Face is a little bit different. He had a couple of underlying issues that he had before, so it was a little bit longer, but he getting past his too. So I think they'll be straight.
That's good. And then I'm going to play So Trill. Is it cool when people who are not from Texas use the expression Trill? Do you hate when they use it incorrectly? Keke.
Man, you know what? That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is I'm not mad. I'm definitely not mad at nobody else using it. It is what it is. Everybody is saying everybody's game across the country. But it is something when you ain't using it right. When you just saying something, especially when you think you right and you saying it. You know what I'm saying? You think you saying something, but you ain't so. But it don't bother me to the point where I'm going to be saying, hey, man, I'm going to say something. It's more laughable than anything. But you said something for real. It do get used wrong a whole lot.
Yeah, man, Sway, that's a trick question for me because I'm I'm of the era that was raised off of that, where I didn't know who, we didn't know who started that or where it came from. It's just a part of our vernacular, part of our lingo. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest, I know, of course, I'm using it correctly, but it's a trick question for me because whoever created that or the older generation, they might feel a certain way about us using it, or and even then there's people from Port Arthur that be mad like, well, it's not a Texas saying, it's a Port Arthur saying. So it's always going to be people upset.
Yeah. It's a lot go with it.
I think the two things that upset people though is, like Keke said, number one, being used incorrectly. And then number two, not getting a kind of credit. But like Keke said, it's slang across the country that we all use. And when we use it, we don't say, what's up, kid, like they say in New York. You just say, what's up, kid? Something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So how can it be used incorrectly? How have you heard it being? Can you give me an example of someone saying it incorrectly?
Let's see. You might get somebody that, that's explaining something that's happening. Like, for instance, they might be saying something like, man, that was it don't have to be something that was real or authentic. That's what Trill is. Real, authentic, true and real together. Trill is a Texas thing. So you might get somebody to do something well, like somebody might do a wrestling move or slap somebody. Something we might see on the internet, something funny. Somebody get hit. Man, that was Trill, as in a funny way. Boy, that was so Trill. That ain't Trill. That's not Trill. That wasn't funny. That wasn't cool. Wasn't nothing Trill about that. Wasn't nothing true and real about that. You know, they might explain an event and be like, man, I saw that. That was Trill. Especially when, let me tell you when they'll do it. When they're trying to explain something that they seen from Texas. It might be something that happened in Texas, man. Everything that happened in Texas ain't Trill. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. You know what I'm saying? So you might see something across the internet. Oh, this boy in Texas, man, he caught an alligator. Man, that was Trill. That wasn't Trill, him kissing that alligator. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sway, a lot of the barriers in hip hop have been torn down. Not all of them, but a lot of them have been torn down. But when I was a youth growing up, listening to Texas hip hop, a lot of the Texas lifestyle and culture wasn't accepted around the rest of the country or the world. There was a lot of stigmas that came around for being from Texas, that we were slower, we rode horses, and we had cows in our backyard, and we didn't, have electricity, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that came. So for me personally, to see people accept the Texas culture, you know what I'm saying, and accept the Texas vocabulary, vernacular, or, whatever, it to me, I applaud it. I like it that, you know what I'm saying, our culture is being accepted worldwide, whereas it used to be laughed at or talked down on, or, we were insulted because of our style or what we did, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it when I see other people accepting it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, look, I want to come back and open these phone lines. I had to get to the bottom of that. So we about to play So Trill featuring Slim Thug. This the new single.
Let's go.
Slab Talk is the album. You want to talk with Keke or Paul Wall? 888-742-3345 is Sway in the Morning. Let that rock.
Okay, I'm with Paul Wall right now.
This is wow, baby. What you know about me?
The song Still Tipping, does that personifies the whole car culture? How big is the car culture in Houston?
It's bigger than Houston. It's the whole Lone Star State. The swingers are a part of the Texas culture. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if you don't know what that means, I've been learning that those are the rims that are on the tires, right?
Right. That's the swingers. We call them fours or threes. What Slim Thug saying and Still Tipping is, I'm still tipping on 4 fours, wrapped in 4 Vogues. Those are the tires.
Still tipping on 4 Vogues.
Yo, man, that was a clip from, I'm going to tell you something. Out of all the things I've done with MTV, we did a series called My Block where we came down to Houston. And that was really the pilot. I don't even know if you knew this, Paul Wall, but that was the pilot episode to that entire series. The first time we did it, Joseph Patel, Sean Lee, myself, I want to say was Shaheem there. All of us came down to Houston and really wanted to put in the most respectful way. That's why I was a part of it. The spotlight on Houston, and because at that time Houston was just really pushing. Houston, like what you said, Keke, everybody had their time, and it was Houston's time, to just kind of have a game on lock and a lock hold. But it was so many layers to Houston, we couldn't even really do it in one show. But I thought it was important that we brought the biggest youth network in the world and did it the realest way we possibly could, considering everything. And we got a chance to talk to almost everybody down there, man. How do you – and I learned so much about Houston. I fell in love with Houston. I was already in love with Houston from when Rap-A-Lot first came out, and being from the Bay is so many similarities. We have so many parallels. How do you think that show helped put the spotlight on Houston? Did it help give understanding to the Houston culture?
Man, did it did. You know what I'm saying? Because like Paul said, man, really a lot about our culture just misunderstood. But this is what people don't understand. The reason that we so adamant and so forth going about our culture is the way that we respect everybody else's culture. Like
You know, people. I used to always have to tell people, I don't understand donks. Like when I used to go to Florida, I didn't understand wheels with 30s and 40-inch wheels, and I didn't understand that kind of culture like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I went to New York, I didn't understand Timberlands in the summer and boots in the. I didn't understand. But as time goes along, man, I'm a person that believes in, man, if you're a player, real recognize real. So for y'all to use that TV show, I mean, you know, to expose our culture, it was able to see people, let people see, man, no matter how we feel about them boys and players, man. They got Bentleys, they got cars, they got money, they make good music. And first of all, when it comes to independent music, they some monsters. So to let them just see our culture and let them see how we do it down here and let them gain a little bit more respect from it from a whole meant so much to me, because that's what I had to do for California and New York when I first seen Dayton and donks and all this. I had to lean back and accept that culture and respect it before I was able to, you know, really see the real in it. So I was glad that show was able to let people see the real in our culture. Man, Sway, when you did it too, man, I gotta applaud you, bro, because a lot of people come and ask questions and they'll tell the story they want to tell. But you came and asked questions and told our story, or let us tell our story. You know what I'm saying? So, one, I got to applaud you because you came down and, you know, from my view, you did it right. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is this. A lot of our hip-hop down in Houston is so centric to our lifestyle, our vocabulary, like I'm saying. So we would say things in our raps that would be bars, metaphors, similes, but, you know, and straight-up bars. But if you don't understand what we're talking about, then it's completely going over your head and we're just mumbo jumbo, you know. So that's part of, you know, Lil Keke, he got so many bars on what he say, but if you don't understand what he's saying, then you don't get it. You know, that's part of why I love him, because he would do a lot of metaphors and similes, things like that. That's what inspired me to do the same. So, you know, you putting My Block Houston on MTV, like y'all doing that, shout out Joseph Patel, Shaheem, everybody that came down with it, do, man, it really gave the mainstream like a Houston 101 education, so that when they heard the music, they really understood what we was talking about. Or they, you know, kind of saw the coded messages in the white cups or other things like that, you know. And keep in mind, too, man, we was out there, we was in the studio, in New York sipping, drinking. These people looking at us like we smoking crack for sipping cough syrup, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And these same people would turn around and hit lines of cocaine, you know. So it's just like, you know, now codeine and cough syrup has kind of became more recreational drug of the masses. But even at the time, when we were talking about it or mentioning it, or that's just one of the many things that people had no clue what we was talking about, and it was just, you know, they didn't get it. But, you know, you really came and shined a spotlight on the culture, man. So, man, much props to you. Thank you, bro, for that.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Like what Heather was saying, you know, once Keke put her name in the rap, you know, her price went up. Once hey, man, when
what it do?
I might put a name in a rap, a price might go down. Damn.
No, that's not
no,
true,
don't do that.
man.
Listen, Paul Wall, you be showing me love on my IG. I be happy when you be liking the pictures and the vids for the food and the drinks. I appreciate you, fam.
You know, I love you.
Hey, matter of fact, man, I'm gonna be live on IG tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, man. If y'all want to jump on our bedroom bars and just say what's up to the people, just tune, you know, chime in. It's gonna be on my IG live 7 p.m. Eastern.
We definitely will. We in there.
But once we did that show, man, when I walk through Houston, it's like I'm in Oakland, bro. I get love from people who ain't got nothing to do with the business. Man, I go to barbecue spots, and, man, they just hook me up. I don't pay for food when I'm in Houston.
Man, we love you. You an icon and a legend anyway, but then for what you done for us, we love you, bro. What you mean?
Hey, now, we love anybody that relates to the culture, that relate. You know, most of the time, man, in hip-hop, man, when you do these interviews, man, it's going to be something quick, something fast. Let's take this business. We like anybody that relates to the culture. Man, anybody that want to come, go to the barbecue spot, go to Prospect Park, let's do the show.
let's go to Turkey Leg Hut, let's do this. We relate to them people because we understand that you really want to be a part of what we're doing instead of saying, hey, man, meet us at the hotel in the lobby, and we're going to put the little mic on you and do the little thing, and, you know, then we're going to treat you like that. You know, those people come, they in and out. But somebody like Sway coming, man, we excited. You can ask Torey. I've been late to every interview all for the last 2 weeks. I was ready for Sway this morning, though.
Hey, appreciate that love, Key. Come on, man. You know what we do.
I've been late to everything, man.
Okay.
These telephone and Zoom interviews, they killing me, man. I try to adjust to it.
Hey, man, it's just friends connecting, having conversations. Slab Talk is out June 6th. It's a lot of people on the phone lines. I got to go through a few of them, okay? Let's go to D.C.
Good.
My man Keith. What up, Keith?
Hey,
Keith, what's
Keith.
poppin'?
What up, Sway?
What up, bro?
Hey, I'm cooler.
Okay, you got a question for these guys?
Yeah, my question is, if Screw was still alive, like, do you think freestyles will be more prevalent now than whole albums coming out of Houston?
I tell you what, man, that's a good question, man. We just had a freestyle king down here. I just drove the whole city crazy about 2 weeks ago. They about to get ready to kill me down here. We were just talking about how significant the freestyles. A lot of my freestyles were turned to a lot of singles down here. So I think that it would be still relevant. Like most of these singles you heard, Bun B, Draped Up, Pimp C, Knocking Those Down, Slim Wood, Grain Wheel, Trey. My whole catalog.
Power Wall, Chunk Up the Dudes, Break 'em Off, I'm a G. All these came from Lil Keke freestyles. They came from when I was younger. So I think that it would still be a great thing to do because, and let me tell you something, I actually just dropped a whole freestyle tape in December. It was called ABA 5, all freestyle like I did with Sway. It hit the Billboard and everything. And I had so much fun doing it. This is what I was telling Paul. We hadn't done that so long, man, and I give props to Swisher House for that. When we let it go, and from when I say us, the SUC, when we started doing real tapes, Don't Mess with Texas, Fat Pack, Ghetto Dream, we kind of let the freestyle thing go. They kind of picked it up. You know, they picked up the freestyle thing, picked up the mixtape thing, and it took them to where they go. So I think if Screw was here, it'll be a great thing to still do because that, if you know anything about Houston, besides the Rap-A-Lot era, the freestyles built the whole culture. It built the whole complete culture. All these talk about these rims, this drinking, these riding, these power walls, Lil Keke, this was all built from freestyles. Real talk. The only real music that's relevant that come from Houston was the Rap-A-Lot era, Scarface and before us. This is what you see now and who Houston is right now and what they about right now. It was built from the freestyle. So I would hope so, man. I would think so. And I've been doing it a little bit more lately than I've ever done. I'm going to hit a point in my career sooner or later where that's all I'm going to do for the rest of the time. I just freestyle it out.
That's culture. Keith, thank you, man. You a citizen, bro.
Sway in the morning.
You hear all these gems falling out of Keke's mouth right now? Gems,
Yo,
Jazz.
Crazy. That's what Steven Jackson was talking about, Sway, at the Super Bowl, how he was just loving everything Keke was saying when he came to the show.
Yeah, man. Jazz, what up? Jazz, how you doing?
Hey, what up with it, Sway?
What up, family?
Hey.
All right, what's up, Keke?
How you doing, man? I'm good, my guy.
Power Wall, what it do?
What it do, baby? What it do?
Yeah, I'm from Dallas. I just heard y'all on the radio. I had to call in. But I got a question.
With D love, man. We love y'all.
Yeah, already. So I got a question for Keke.
Go ahead.
Why y'all won't do the freestyle, you, ESG, and Flip? Y'all been playing with us for about 2 months.
It ain't been that long, man. It's been Easter, man. He just put an extra hole.
I'm weak.
No, listen.
Hey, during the quarantine, it was like 2 months, though.
This was the thing about it, man. So most people can hear that's not from the city. It was never meant for us to do it on IG Live. It was for everybody to come to Legend Talk Bar and Grill, which is my show. I wanted everybody to come explain why they felt like they were the freestyle king, and then we were going to set it up for a cipher. Well, we ended up not making it to the cipher because boys went to doing freestyles every day, you know, having a good time with it, doing what they need to do. So when the pandemic is over and we're able to I wanted it to be something great for the fans, like what you see. Like what you see on Sway, it was real big, it was beautiful, it was organic,
You could watch it. People seeing it. It was clear. It wasn't like we on a telephone. Like right now, I wouldn't give you a freestyle on this interview right now or across the phone or IG Live. I would want you to really enjoy it. Just like when you seen the Sway freestyle, everybody really enjoyed and it's played over and over. So it got took out of content when people thought we was finna actually do a freestyle on IG Live, and that was never the case. We was just having a freestyle king conversation that was going to lead over to us having a cipher, which is still not saying that it was dead, man. We had sponsors and everything that they wanted to do it, but we just wanted to make it authentic and great for the fans, not something real cheesy, man, across the phone. Or I barely can get IG to Live to work, just turning it on. I know I can't do no freestyle on that.
Right.
Hey, Jazz. Hey, I ain't going to lie, Jazz. They've been playing with this for about 20 years, man. We want, man, we want a key. Hey, you know, as the president of the Lil Keke fan club, hey, we want to see this. So they ain't been playing with it for
it's coming, man. It's coming.
They've been playing with this for 20 years, man. We want to
20
see this.
years, damn. Hey, Jazz, you a citizen, man. He said 20 years. Let's go to K4. What up, K4?
What's up, baby?
How you doing? What it do?
What's
man,
up, baby?
Before I get into asking the question for Power Wow, I'm representing PA capital of the Trill. Sway, Auntie Heather B,
Yes,
Tracy G, you hurt my heart a little bit with your boyfriend, but I love you, boo. I love the show. I ain't shit in the morning without my Sway in the morning. That's Trill Talk. Sway, if you remember, I called her way back and said, you the next Tom Joyner for us, baby. You the one that's going to represent us down the line to a T. You the one we going to follow, we going to listen to and give us real talk. But what I want to ask, Chamillionaire, Power Wow, baby, when you gonna come with that color clanging chick, man? Color,
man, I've been
click because.
Hey, man,
go ahead.
I was hoping the pandemic might, you know what I'm saying, might give Chamillionaire a little more inspiration to do it. I mean, I think I've been hearing Chamillionaire. You know, first of all, I've been waiting to do this since Penn C called us out on Knocking Those Down. You know what I'm saying? So I've been, me and Chamillionaire didn't squash our beef a long time ago, thanks to Pimp C, and I got to give props to E40 too, because they both had a big hand in us. They was encouraging us from day one, you know, from the heart. You know, a lot of others as well, Sway, you too as well, of course, you know what I'm saying, but they for sure had the biggest hands in it, E40 and Pimp C. But once we squashed our beef, I've been ready. He got other plans, though. He got things going on, all these investments. I've been hearing him. And he used to tell me, hey, I ain't retired yet. And every now and then I get him to jump on the verse here and there. He did Swinging in the Rain remix. But I've been hearing him in these interviews talk about, he'll reference my time in the music industry or back when I was a rapper, like as if he ain't rapping no more. But I'm ready. So I don't know. I've been thinking about calling them out and dissing them or something like that just to put a fire up on them. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about, I don't know, I ain't a battle rapper or nothing like that, but I might have to sacrifice myself just on behalf of hip-hop just to get him to come up out his, you know what I'm saying, come up out his shell a little bit, man. Come back, man. We miss you, man. For sure, Chamillionaire had his own style, man.
Rappers don't retire, man. Rappers don't retire, man.
They don't retire, right?
I'm 45 years old, and my partner up here in Fort Worth, Texas, Dink, Arthur Antoine, Square Business, we been talking about, man, we waiting for that color claims and shit. And we not young, we 45. We waiting for that.
Come on, man.
Keith, that boy Chucky Trill representing on your album on Self-Made. No Love, Chucky Trill, that one he did with J-Dog on motherfucking YouTube.
Yes,
I didn't know nothing about Chucky Trill till I heard him on your Self-Made album. And I immediately went to motherfucking YouTube.
I got him on Self-Made 3, too. He shined again.
That boy got something. Trinity Garden Cartel. You know, I moved to Houston in 95 from PA. I learned the game of life in Houston, real talk. So, you know, it just boiled down to, man, I love y'all. I used to see Scarface flowing through the city a bunch of times. I was up there at Gene Shop watching Slim Thug talk about them screw tapes he was dropping on that Puffy song. I done broke my swing. I've been in the mix. I'm up in Big-Town right now. Yeah, I remember that very well. I was trying to buy screw tapes and bring them back to Beaumont and PA. I met Screw one good time. I was trying to buy his little tapes for $5 a piece. He came out the boot. Out his little store, said, man, you got to buy 25 or more. But he still let me slide with about 5 or 10 of them. So, man, I want to let y'all know, man, y'all do represent the culture. The next dude that I know nobody really know about, and I've been jamming him real strong the last 3 weeks, Propane. God damn. That boy Propane got something.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, K4,
Hey,
man. Hey, man, I love your energy and thank you for that likeness. No, there's only one Tom Joyner, but if I could be anything near that to you, man, salute to you, brother.
Hey, bro, you leading us into the future. I love you, Auntie Heather B, and you too, Tracy G. Peace out.
All right, yo. Self-Made 3 this year, right?
Self-Made 3, 7/13 weekend, man. Well, man, listen, Lord help my 7/13 weekend. Please let us back outside. 7/13 weekend, man. You know, I do my block party and everything every year. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. Every year we give away, we help, man. We give back to the city, and we do a big concert. I don't know what we're going to do this year, but Self-Made 3. Right after Slab Talk, we got Slab Talk. June 6th, me and Power Wild represent the culture. Then I come with Self-Made 3. Right behind that, maybe 45 days later. You know what I'm saying? So it's well, man. I thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully, man, listen, we get it together. We coming to Sway. We want to do a classic Texas freestyle.
Let's get it.
And we coming back soon as gates open up, man. And we're going to let y'all know. We had y'all on schedule, man. We was coming to New York. And, man, we was going to mess with, man. We had everything planned, dog. We had a great 2 months planned. We just got to get it back together.
God had another plan for us, man. But we going to make it happen, Keke. I love y'all, man. I appreciate you. Paul, you already know what it is. You know. Hey, Paul, you got to.
You know, usually when I come on there, it'd be a little too early for me to go off the dome. So I usually turn it down. I might have freestyled a couple times, but I'm usually not, because I ain't going to be on there embarrassing myself. But let me tell you, man, you ever want me to freestyle, then play that one with Lil Keke rapping that, because when you play that, I was ready. Boy, hey, you ever want me to freestyle, play me a Lil Keke freestyle, and I'm going to be instantly ready. No matter
okay.
That thing right there go crazy.
Hey, that thing right there is legendary, bruh. You know how often
we play that again, man? Can you play that again?
Matter of fact, let's end the show. We gonna end the show with that. Okay, so first of all, round of applause for Lil Keke. Round of applause for Paul Wall. Also get the Mind Over Matter project by Paul Wall. Slab Talk is June 6th. Self-Made 3, July 13th. Man, these dudes have been 10 toes down. They in the community raising money, bringing awareness. I love it, man. Thank you for being on the show.